Hey internet family, it's been a really long time. Actually, it just feels like a long time because I've been so unfocused and working a lot and I've been thinking about how best to share some health boosting ideas with you. I had started with and ended my series on the nebulizer last year, and I didn't get sick at all last year or the year before that. And the year before that was, I have to think now, 2021. I think the pandemic was still kind of like going through its waves, and I'm very happy to say that we were very blessed by the nebulizer and the hydrogen peroxide and the saline that you can make that I showed you how to do. So the machine still sits on my bedside nightstand in its box, and it's all tucked away. I can use it anytime if I feel really, really run down, but I haven't had to. I did get a little cold this year, but because I nebulize very regularly, I also had been really, eating well and getting rest. Obviously, those are really important. I was only sick for a couple days, so what ordinarily might have been a pretty bad flu was just, I was in and out. I never even got a cough. And sometimes you get sick, and then the what starts out as congestion and sort of a ill feeling over here, a sore throat, you just feel like it becomes productive and it wants to go into this area, wants to become secondary bronchitis, but it never happened. And I always hate it when it becomes that secondary bronchitis because you have such a hard time kind of dredging it up. You end up like have this hacking cough forever, and you know how it goes. It's just horrible. Anyway, so I wanted to share with you that I attribute a lot of our ability to recover, not just to the nebulizer, but also to good diet. The very basics, eliminating sugar. Dr. Robert Lustig, he's really popular. He's actually, I think he's a pediatrician out of UCSF. He has a very viral lecture that he probably never thought would go this far on the bitter truth about sugar. And it's gotten like I don't know, 30 million views on YouTube. So I'm going to link it below. I highly recommend it. Dr. Robert Lustig also wrote a great book called Metabolical, which is at times very sciencey, but also really funny. And that's sort of like, I've been a doctor for decades, and I can make jokes about it now type of thing. So anyway, I want to talk to you about something that I've been doing for about 4 years now, and we were making our own homemade kefir. Homemade kefir, there's a lot of videos on YouTube on how to revive the grains, treat the grains, store them, cultivate your batches. So I'm not going to go into that unless you guys want me to. I don't know. There's a lot on it. I don't feel like I'm the expert on that, but I acquired grains from a friend, and then over time they kind of take on your own particular flavor. And I always have a pitcher of homemade kefir, nice and cold and ready to go. And instead of just drinking kefir, by itself, I always find that I like the product to multitask. So I like to boost my kefir and then add things to it and do things to it that kind of really amplify its health benefits. So as you know, kefir is an ancient drink from many cultures like the Middle East. They have been drinking kefir for thousands of years. It's called the champagne of the East. It's full of protein, antioxidants, and tryptophan, which is an essential amino acid. I feel like we don't get enough of it, and it helps you fall asleep. When I first started drinking kefir, I drank it at night because I would get drowsy. And so one of the things I really love to do with our homemade kefir is I like to meal prep with it. So I'm going to get right to it. In a Tupperware, this is great for meal prep. A lot of people like to do overnight oats. Overnight oats is a great quick dish to make. There's no cooking, hardly any meal prep involved, and it's extremely healthy. With the things you use on it, it will relieve constipation. And a lot of people like to reconstitute their grains, or not the grains, use their overnight oats with the water or the milk of their choice. I create our kefir with organic whole milk. It was a funny story. I used to never be able to drink milk, let alone even eat a spoonful of ice cream. I'd have to run to the bathroom right away. I'd have stomach cramps. It'd just be misery. And ever since I've been kind of working on revising the gut microbiome within me, I have been able to enjoy whole ice cream. It's actually a miracle. So I attribute that to turning over the gut bacteria. We want to populate our gut with good bacteria that can fight the bad bacteria. And if you don't feed the good bacteria and colonize it, it will literally feed on your inner gut lining, and that's the cause of leaky gut. And so that's where you eat, and even though you eat healthy, you're not really absorbing the nutrition and benefits of your food. So overnight oats. So I like to use these Costco organic oats. Not a lot of it because it pumps up pretty good, and it's a very filling, fibrous, full of protein and fiber, and it's a great way to add a mid-morning snack or just eat it for lunch. I also like to put a couple spoonfuls of chia seeds. Chia seeds are funny, they turn into jello. And then I even put a spoonful of Optifiber, which is a prebiotic. I get this at Costco. And then other ways, oh, and then I put my kefir in. So by adding kefir instead of water, it just turns the kefir, this little dish, into such a creamy and rich, you know, more satisfying and beneficial. You're getting so much more bang for your buck. I just feel like making overnight oats with water is so boring. Anyway, I also add a little drizzle of honey if I'm really feeling adventurous. I never use agave syrup. Agave syrup is basically high fructose corn syrup, and you know how good that is for you, not? So the other thing sometimes I like to do, and this is kind of a little bit off the beaten path. No, this is not more Optifiber. This is just a repurposed container. Is I like to add a couple of seeds of apricot kernels. Apricot kernels, they look like almonds. They have a slightly bitter flavor to them. Got my hair, my oats. And I just add those in there. They're really crunchy, but they soften up really well. And there's a story behind this in a book called A World Without Cancer. And this is just a really interesting book about pharmaceutical history. It will really open your eyes. I will link that below. And I hope I don't get banned for posting it because it's a little bit counterculture, if you know what I mean. At any rate, another way I really like to boost my kefir is to sometimes add a couple of drops of Rosita cod liver oil. This is a very pure cod liver oil. It's bottom of the barrel cod liver oil, which to the Norwegians is the best kind because that's where all the nutrients settle in. We think Americans bottom of the barrel, not good, but bottom of the barrel in terms of cod liver oil is really good. And it's a little spendy, but it's worth it. And sometimes if I'm feeling really down and out and I just want to like add a little bit of pep in my step, and I add a little bit of Strength Formula Organic Tuscany Gold CBD oil. No, it doesn't get me loopy or anything, but this is miraculous. I don't know how quite to describe it. It's hemp flower extracted in organic palm oil. Oh, that's not good. I don't like seed oils, but in organic coconut oil and diluted organic Tuscan extra virgin olive oil. And it's a detoxifier as well as, I think it has other properties too. So the other thing I want to talk about is Hemohim. Hemohim is a Korean supplement, which I don't put in my kefir, but I sometimes drink it all together. And if you're kind of feeling good already, this makes you feel even better. And it's kind of an interesting supplement. You might want to try looking it up on YouTube still. And you can get it from a company called Atomy, which is a very high-end Korean supplement and home goods company. So I have to order this from a distributor. But Hemohim is really, I think their main claim to fame is immunity. And it's based off of Chinese Asian medicine. So it's it's just a little something there. So other than that, I will show you other ways that I adulterate my kefir. But enjoy. I hope this tastes good to you.